I had a moment of bitter and pronounced irony this weekend. I was at a show. First time I'd been to a show in a while. A band, I guess a rock show at a club, and I'm a little bit nervous about even talking about this because I part of me wonders if somebody from that whole that group that I know whose band I watched is actually going to watch this video and think I'm causing trouble for anybody. But I doubt that anyone is going to watch this from that group. And even if they do, you know, I'm just speaking for myself here. That's all I got to say. Feel free to say, hey, he's just speaking for himself. He's not speaking for us. I was watching a friend of mine and his band play, and one of the opener bands was this fun sort of. It was like a punk girl group. They were aging. They were all in their 40s. I'm guessing, but they were still rocking, and they were. It was a fun. It was like I don't know. Kind of made me think of the Donnas a little bit, or Joan Jett or somebody like that. But they weren't really taking themselves too seriously. They were just having fun. They were skilled musicians, and so no problem. And there was a very sweet, touching moment near the end of their set where they got one of their sons to come up and play guitar, and he was just shredding on guitar. This kid was just going to town. Really good guitar player. And they played Matthew Sweet's "Sick of Myself," which is which it came across to me like this was the mom singing to the son. I'm sick of myself when I look at you. Something is beautiful and true in a world that's ugly and a lie. And I was moved. I was moved by that, gesture of motherly affection, even coming from these punk rock girls. So then, right after they play this song, right afterwards, they say, we've got T-shirts, we've got merch on sale, and they hold up their merch, and it's of course like protect women's rights. Assholes without vaginas have no say, should have no say on who is able to get an abortion and who isn't. I was thinking, you just sang a loving song to your son, who you must be so proud of, who's a great musician in his own right, who shared the stage with you, your child, and then the next thing you say is that you say it's a terrible thing that women can't kill their children when their children are growing inside of them, because it's a woman's choice. It's a woman's choice. No asshole without a vagina should be able to make that decision. They were a little behind the times there, by the way. Like an asshole without a vagina. They were sort of saying, that only women have vaginas, which is controversial these days. So that was a little edgy, but in any case. So that showed that they weren't quite hip to the newest crazy trends. But I was struck dead in my chair. I wasn't sitting, but I was struck dead as I stood with this abrupt shift and the cognitive dissonance that must involve. Like, okay, I could have just. This is my son. He's 21 years old now. He's the pride and joy of my life. But if I wanted to take him out while he was growing inside of me, that should be my choice. That should be up to me. I mean, how the cognitive dissonance doesn't just smack you across the face like a tidal wave and knock you on your ass is totally beyond me. So I just wanted to remark that. So sorry if anybody who was there from my friend's band was watching this and thinks that I committed a faux pas by commenting on this. I'm not saying anything bad about anybody who was there, except for what I just said about how I believe the cognitive dissonance is just it's stifling. It's like it couldn't have manifested more more ironically, with a greater degree of bitter irony, to have that pitch made right after they played that song. And the song itself, if you ever hear it, go back and listen to Sick of Myself by Matthew Sweet. It's not really necessarily a song about a child, but it can be. And the way that they were singing it, it was like it was. I don't see how you can be a loving mother. I believe that she was a loving mother. I believe she is a loving mother, but still have that attitude of you don't have to care for your child. Your child is fair game until it emerges from the birth canal, and then you have to care for it. But before that, it's just a thing that you can kill at your leisure. Makes no sense to me.